And you topics that affect fund. Have an posters use success but our stations is in control of us. I think I'm resting it. Yeah. Yes. Just nice. Days. Oh. They were wearing Galis. Yeah. Um, even though we can by the visit point
Okay, black business.
But you do
Yes, they did. Doing
the bit
is
obviously, I'm sure is
the
command when they in
you the well-being reach at 8 and London and Moors. Yeah.
to you by Bestel.
Good evening, guys. I think we got cut off. We had a bit of a technical issue, but where we left off was we were discussing about what Bestel Foundation have been up to in Ghana. So, Jacqui, I think we're going to have to go back a step.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, as I was saying before we got cut off, I don't know who not to, include. I have to include everybody that attended the trip. Martin, Peter, Hilda, Anne-Marie. You need to help me.
Andy Che,
Andy,
Shusham,
Tusham, George, everybody that has
and
been.
you said Martin already, right? Yeah, Martin.
Everyone who contributed to a successful event in Accra. It's so amazing.
And
They've done
Kumasi.
workshops, and Kumasi and Ada as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, as I was speaking, they went to Holy Child School. They did workshops there. You can see the pictures on the website. It was so amazing. The pictures, the kids, they were so engaged, listening to these amazing professionals. They went to the prison services where Nash and Peter and Stella, they all did a presentation. The workshop was successful. That's another amazing event. Also, Peter on the radio station with Andy. I just can go on. The pictures, everything's on the website. So
yeah, from what I saw, from what I've seen, it seems like they did a lot more on this trip than ever done. It's just like every day they were doing something. I was so proud of them.
Of course, I actually felt the impact this time. Every single minute there was pictures flooding the platform of all the good works that they've done. They've worked incredibly, hard, just trying to change the stigma. We also adopted a new Bestel baby. I don't know if you saw the baby on the platform.
I wasn't. I was like, wow.
We've got a new Bestel baby, so obviously we all need to look after this child.
Yes.
So, anyway, we're not going to keep Manye long. We're just going to go into our topic.
Yes.
Obviously, we come every 2 weeks, every fortnight to talk about Bestel, which is a charitable foundation, both in the UK and in Ghana. As we've just talked briefly about what's happened in Accra, Kumasi, Ada, across some cities in Ghana. You've got Marianne as well, Fendi. Happy belated birthday to Fendi.
Yes,
obviously, who's one of the gurus of obviously the show. She should be here. She always dragging her feet, but she should be here.
She'll be here one day.
Yeah, she should be as well, where they deliver all these hot foods over the weekend to support the community. Kudos to them and well done, obviously, to everybody on board. Yeah, so Miss New Love, take it away and
Yeah,
let's
so
just get
we're
on with it.
live. We're live on Diversity Radio, and I believe we're also live on Bestel Foundation's YouTube page.
Yeah.
So please try to allocate us there as well. It's very important that we get more followers. So hit the like button on Bestel Foundation's YouTube. And then also follow us on our social media pages, all our social media accounts, Twitter. I think, yeah, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. Our website, which has all the information there. So if you take a look up, we have a brand new website. It's amazing. And it tells you everything about Bestel, all the team members, everything about the Wellbeing Show, and everything we've spoken about, what Bestel do, and also, most importantly, the numbers to reach Bestel team members if you have any issues that you're facing within any challenging mental health issues. If you know anybody or you need help, you know, Bestel are there for you 24 hours. So the numbers normally run across our screen. If they're not there today, then you can always get all that information on our website. So today's show is quite an interesting one. Like I said, we have a really, how can I say, well-informed guest who's going to really enlighten us about this topic, which is technology education with the older generation. And when this topic came up, I found it quite interesting because it's something that I deal with, you know, on a daily basis with my own parents. So, you know, I can definitely relate to probably some of the things we're going to discuss today about this topic. So technology has come a long way over the course of older people's lifetimes, and they have witnessed everything from the first man on the moon to the rise in technology-dependent society to a technology-dependent society. So most young people find it effortlessly to use modern technology because we're used to it. You know, we're used to our smartphones and our iPhones and emailing and all that because we've grown up with it. But on the other hand, those that are older are generally more apprehensive to use modern technology. Some older people may not be able to understand the ways technology could benefit them, which, like I said, I can relate. You know, like trying to explain to one of my parents how, you know, it's important to have like online banking and it saves so much headache going up and down, and you know they don't want it because they feel like it's not safe or someone's going to steal their money. But it actually cuts down a lot of headache and it's easy to do things. So these are all the things we're going to, you know, discuss with our guest today. So yeah, we have, like I said, we have Manye T, who is a KT. I don't know if KT Education is actually her business or if it's the name for something, but she's going to explain all that. She's a consultant. She'll explain all that to us once she joins us. So yes, Jacqui.
Yeah, so at this moment, we want to hear from our guest. She's the reason why we're here. So, Manye T, take over. Tell us about who you are. Obviously, you're a lady with many roles. You're a Manye, you're a teacher, you're everything, you're a mother. We want to hear about you. We want to know who you are.
Yes. Thank you, Jacqui. Thank you, New Love. Yes, Manye T. Everybody calls me Manye T, but the real name is Dr. Tina Saki. And yes, I'm a consultant in the education field. I actually work with community High Trees Community Trust, and also we have affiliation with the Trinity College. So I, you know, do a few bits over there as well, and also with Lambert College. So when it comes to education, in fact, it's something that I have really passion for. And I'm also with BWF Solicitors as a radio presenter when it comes to legal education, and I've also worked a few times with GN Radio. So Manye T is all over the place.
That's good.
Apart from that, when we talk of KT Educational Consultancy, it's just a small community education foundation that we have that We try
Okay.
to educate not just people in the UK, but all over the world. So we have students
Okay.
in Ghana, we have students in Nigeria, South Africa. It's like all over. And what we do is we try to teach people with this IELTS when they want to use that either to apply for universities when they are coming to UK, or with this new health and care social workers route or the skilled worker route. We just try to, support them one way or the other, how they can get this English aspect of the eligibility and the qualification to be able to come and then work in the UK. So
Okay.
yes, Manye, I can go on and on and on.
Right. So, well,
yeah.
you're here because of the adult learning in
Yes.
obviously the elderly.
Yes.
But I'm very intrigued to know about you.
Yeah.
What does the Manye stand for? Are you a queen mother or what is it?
Yes, actually, Manye, like we know, is a queen, or in Africa we say queen mother. But
Yes.
in Europe, when you say queen mother, it's a different concept, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. So yes, the tribe I'm coming from, typical Ghana, yes.
Uh-huh.
In the royal family, and I'm not being crowned though, but I'm just in the lineage very soon.
Okay.
Okay.
The royal family.
The royal family. So
that's nice.
The name Manye, and
Okay.
the still name is Manye na Adukali Ojengba Timbi.
Okay. From what area?
From Ghana, Simpe.
Simpe. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
oh, that's nice.
Nice.
Well, we are hoping to get the invitation so we can go to Simpe.
Oh, of course.
Well, we want to thank Big Joe. He did the referral. Obviously, he works with you at GN Radio. So if it weren't for Big Joe, we wouldn't have met. But then I recall you said you came to a party in the park.
Yes. And
was it this year? You've been to the party in the park this year?
Yes, and I remember I spoke to you. You were just right by us, our kiosk. So yes, you saw Katie and BW solicitors.
Yes,
we're just by your side.
Oh, so did you come with the is it GW?
Yes, we did.
Right. Okay. Wow. Well, it's a small world, because sometimes I talk to people and I see them the second time and I can't even remember. So I'm glad at least you pulled my memory to this. But obviously we're going to thank Big Joe for recommending you again. Definitely. You are very experienced, Manye, I should say, with many trades, and you're going to be educating us today. So tell us about, obviously, believe it or not, my first degree was computer science. So when I saw that you're teaching elder people, I'm thinking, oh, this is really down my route. However, probably don't know everything. So you're going to tell me, because we're all going to be getting old one time. I'm probably coming to get some help from you. So is it your own sort of class? How do you do this? Is it remotely? Is it face-to-face? Tell us about how you engage with these old people.
Okay.
What do you
do? Should I go on? Okay.
Yes, please.
So we all know when it comes to the term in quote, do it online, then basically it's all about the internet. And if we are to educate ourselves with the internet, like your introduction, you made mention of the elderly when it comes to the technology and the internet. In fact, it's something that they really don't want to go there. But the word do it online, it looks like it's a command for everyone, whether you like it or not, do it online. So when it comes to the aged, they find it really difficult when they go to places where in the community, we have places like the GP, first of all, library, swimming, just the basic facilities that we have in the community. Now, everything they will direct you to what? Do it online. And when it comes to the aged, honestly, especially when we look at the African community, most of them really don't know anything about. Even when you give them phone, like the statistics that you just mentioned, that most of them have phone, but not smartphone because of the complicated aspects of that, the usage of smartphone. So all that they know is the red and the green bottom. That's it.
Can I just ask you briefly, what age group do you call the elderly or the elderly? What group do you deal with?
I'm looking at from 60, the pensioners from 60 going.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's the pensioners. So is it from the pension credit to the credits? What's the other one called? State pension, isn't it?
Yes.
Right.
And
So state pension.
Not just them as well. And those adults with just little background of education. When yes, so it cuts across these two areas, but mostly the aged from 60s going to at least God calls them.
What do you mean by agent?
So I'm looking at the elderly, sorry.
Elderly, right.
Yes,
you mean the elderly?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry,
so if you can speak up a bit so we can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the elderly. So are you the agent then for the elderly? Are you representing them?
I am, in a way, yes, I am. And the reason why I chose this particular area is especially where the community trust that I work with, they do refer a lot of elderly people to come to our center to go through this, get these supports. And whenever they've been given even basic letters or those going on maybe some sort of benefits now, everything, it's like everything is do it online, and they become so frustrating when they come over. You sometimes see them pouring their frustration on you that yes, I'm supposed to do this and I don't know how to do it. So we have the center, yes, we get referrals, especially from the GPs. We get referrals within the community to come to our center so that we can take them through some few bits. And it's not much that we do. It's just sometimes we teach them or take them through how to fill a simple form online. So where to go online, and if not GP, if not shopping, if not banking, if not joining a club and stuff like that, there are a few bits also that they need to do, especially when it comes to banking online. And we know before they'll be given checks and then they just go to the post office, cut them, and they are good to go. But now you have to apply everything online. So yes, when we're talking of online, in fact it goes through a whole range.
Exactly.
Yes.
So is this one-to-one sessions or is it a class?
No, it's mostly one-to-one. It's mostly tailored individual needs according to what they have or what they are looking for. Yes.
Okay. So how would you identify, do you get the referrals or do you identify the opportunity out there? How do you seek your clients?
Okay, two things. We get referrals a lot, and we also do, personally, I also do like one-to-one, like I within our community, like the Ghanaian community, I've got few elderly people that I try to communicate with them to advertise what I can do for them, what support I can offer them. So sometimes I even go to their houses, just to take them through a few things. So I make myself out there for them. If they need help in these areas, they can just contact me and I'll be ready to help them. So yes, we get referrals and I do one-to-one basis as well.
Okay. So how is it going so far? Are they clutching on, or do you need to go over a number of times to show, or do you give them a guide? How do you do how do you get the teaching done?
Okay, so on a daily basis, we get quite a few. Even though we do it, we have an aspect where we do like termly basis, like a month, for instance, we advertise in the community that whoever needs help should come over, and then we have representative. When I say representative, not physically, but kind of virtual representative in one GP, library, most of the local facilities. So if in case a client is being referred to either go to the GP or do something online and they are not able, they get this, they refer them to our center, and that is where we get to support them. So if they come over, you can take them through whatever need they have, and then they are good to go.
Okay. So how do you once they've been referred to you and they're with you, or you've booked your sessions with them, how do you how do you keep their attention on what needs to be done? Because like I was saying, older people, the ones that don't like using technology, instead of there's so many reasons why they don't like it. Sometimes it's also about learning difficulties and how do you find out all these things? How do you get their attention, and how do you get the truth out of them?
Okay, so some have needs. Let me say that some, even when it comes to touch screen, they find it difficult to touch the screen, or probably you see them fighting with the phone. But it's a bit of a character. But someone personal, I will talk from experience, because so personally, when I get people with these challenges, for instance, to get their attention, first of all, you have to relate as if they are your parents, and if you don't have that passion in the first place, it's really difficult to do. So I have to go through some few jokes, catch their attention, and then probably be asking them questions like, oh, okay, suppose your phone drops and the phone is your world, and what will you do? Some few questions that like, let me say, ice breaking, that will bring their attention that, yes, the thing that they've come there to do is really important. So they have to, be a bit focused. And when you take them through with a bit of few jokes and trying to bring some few humor and stuff like that, you get them. And even if they are able to fill one page or even 2 or 3 lines of a form, it's like you have to award them or reward them. And in fact, it's really encourages them or motivates them to go on to the next page of whatever they are doing. We try to take out that frustration bit, and then, make it a little bit sort of, even though important, but also they should focus, and then they can get to what they are looking for. That's what we do.
Okay, so what are the basic, obviously you've been doing this for a while. What are the basic uses of what are the basic uses of online things that you come across the majority of the time that older people need to be using on a daily basis, and that they're probably
for example, I was going to ask you this. For example, remember I mentioned state pensions, pension credit, the GP, maybe online banking. Can you tell us about your services? Obviously,
what do you teach? What's the basic things that you teach?
So emails comes in, of course, and sometimes research. When I use research, I don't mean in terms of massive research or something huge, but looking for, let me just use that simple word, looking for something. So
Manye, sorry, can I just reiterate that? You help them in setting up emails?
Yes, we do.
Oh, that's quite a tedious job. You set that up for individually clients.
We do.
Wow.
And
so
sometimes
you set up the password, you set up the email address, and then you tell them to keep it.
Exactly.
And do you show them how to look up for their emails?
Okay, so yes, we have the safety.
So can you slow down and tell us each of what you do?
Okay, so first of all, let me bring in the uses of the internet when it comes to them. So we have the emails that we take them through. Yes, we have few research. Using research because it's something that they have to look for if they are looking for something, and they go to the online or they go to the internet. Then
I'm sorry, the older people are doing the research.
Yeah,
No,
but I'm using the
okay,
word.
are you
No,
talking about, let's say,
What are they researching?
no, maybe like Google. Do you teach them how to use Google, like search
exactly.
engines?
So maybe the research
Oh, Manye, I'm very inquisitive, so I want to know.
when I use the word research,
Because when my mom comes, I'm going to tell her she has to do the research.
okay, Jacqui. Yes, I understand. Maybe the word research is
It's too heavy.
but
It's too
I'm
heavy.
talking in terms of looking for something online. So go and look
Right.
for it online. So, for instance, if they are even looking for what do we call them, handyman, or you know, someone to come over, where you can go online, and then you just type. So that in terms research, that I'm talking about, that terms research. Sorry. Okay. And also how to maybe download a file provided maybe you've got a letter, especially those on benefit, like, you know, pension and stuff. You've got a letter from the .gov, and you're supposed to download it as a letter and then read how to do it, how to go about it. Also, a few things like, yes, you can also make friends online. So with this social media, like the YouTube, like the what do you call it? Skype,
Facebook.
or WhatsApp and stuff like that. We involve them so you can connect with friends. You don't have to be home lonely. Because probably because you are a bit old, you wouldn't like moving around a lot. So you don't have to just sit down and be staring at the telly. There are so much you can do.
Yeah.
So you introduce all these social activities online for them as well.
Yeah, and sometimes even give them some apps that are interactive games that they can be playing. You know, there are a few brain games that they can be doing just to, you know, keep them thinking that bit. Yes.
Yeah.
We also have few things like I won't say education, yes, but something to improve themselves as well. You know, so if those who can read, especially, we give them sites that they can go and then, you know, keep reading. They just don't have to, they can read, and reading, fun reading, let me put it that way, not just boring reading and stuff like that. And also those who still keep on reading newspapers these days, you can't just go to the shop and buy a newspaper. You can get them online. So just go to one of these newspapers areas, you know, a website, and how even to get to the website, part of the research thing, where to get a website. And if you are looking to read something from the Times, something from the Metro, something from, you know, where to go. So it comes under the research thing.
Yes, I know. The research is quite popular because I've got a message for Spend Love. They can search for old friends online. You know, you can add that to your task, which is quite funny.
Yeah, also we have the shopping beat as well. The shopping beat. That's the massive, so far the massive one. Shopping beat, and then online banking as well.
Exactly. There's another massive one. Ordering medication online.
Yes.
Actually, that came in the last 2 years, and I actually wasn't happy about that. And nowadays, you need to know all these, you know, finding these medical terminologies, and the words are quite, you know, tedious for me, even as a young person. You have to type all these medication and put them through online, and then they'll grant it. And then obviously, sometimes for the older people, they deliver it to them, don't they?
Yes,
repeat
they do.
Prescriptions.
So they have, so if you are the type that you have to order, they do it online though. They have the site. Maybe you go to the GP site, and you just type your PIN number or your hospital number or your GP number, and then your information will come. So when your prescription pops up, all you need to do is just tick, and tick is easy. You know, they have fun doing that though.
Right. So, okay. So how many clients have you got in total?
No, it's a center, so they come in and go.
They come in
and go.
So you've got obviously a portfolio of clients, and each client has got its own needs, isn't it?
Yes.
Is that how you cater for them?
That's how we cater for them.
All right. So apart from all these online support, what other technological support do you provide?
Okay. You mean with the elderly? Well, we have the adult education as well, but not necessarily early, let me put it that way. But
so what do you mean, adult education?
Okay, adult education, we have few courses that we provide online as well, like the ESOL for English second language speakers.
Okay.
Yes, we have.
So languages,
yeah,
right? And so you're doing that online. How are you doing that online?
We do that. Oh yes. We have sites, of course, and then so if you enroll with us, we have sometimes we have the Zoom class, which these days they found it. We introduced that during the Corona. Corona really taught us a lot. So
yeah,
we have Zoom class. And, we show them how to log on, seeing you just like this, and then we be teaching them. If there are a few materials that they need to learn, either we send them through the email or we invite them over to come for them, So we do that. We teach childcare as well, but I'm just focusing on the
older people, the older
education.
generation.
Right. Okay.
So do you do ESOL classes for older people specific? Like, are they catered? Do you have ones catered for older people?
Yes.
The English is a second language.
I have one class that I have now. I have 88-year-old woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doing ESOL. I mean, she came from Afghan and she needs to, blend into the society. So I take her through one-to-one, teaching her from the scratch. And that's a fun bit, because sometimes you have some of these students, let me use students for them.
Yes.
And when you just say come, they don't really even understand come.
Right.
So such a person, he has come here and he or she needs to blend into the society. Now, everything is do it online. They have no idea about what is do it online.
So it could be very scary because even for us people, when you're doing things on a telephone or online, you do tend to get lost. And you don't know where you're going. So it is, a scary area to develop yourself. That route. So you'll be getting a lot of clients down your end.
Yeah.
That's really good. Okay. I see. Right. So
well, real life, the whole thing is real life. Let me let's say the elderly who can even having a phone, knowing only you have to relate with them and make sure they get that satisfaction that, oh, indeed, after getting in contact with you or coming to you,
so obviously seeing that they're progressing from one step to another, obviously understanding the on and off. Now the challenge is how do they get comfortable with WhatsApp, for example? Getting used to that icon, probably sending you a message that they need help there so that there could be some sort of independence there. So that could be a challenge. What other challenges do you come across?
So when you set them up, for instance, you don't just leave them alone. You take them through transition. So you have to begin with that. For instance, let me take WhatsApp. If I set up a WhatsApp for one person, I will first of all exchange my number. And then we will begin, by you WhatsApping me, and I do the exchange messages and also not just message, maybe where to get, if you want to forward something from where somebody has sent you, and you find it interesting, you want to how to do that. So instantly, maybe within a 30 or 45-minute session with one person, they tend to learn a lot. And do the practicals with them. We make sure they really get the feel of it and start enjoying it before we leave them. So even when they are home, they will just be testing you. Or sometimes I'll just send a message, or I make a video, fun video. Oh, it's that kind of, can you do the same? So, you know, yeah, that's what actually we do to keep them going.
So how long have you been running this project for?
Oh, Mama Mia, Jacqui. Let's say from 2012. Yes.
Okay. Wow.
That's a long time.
That's a very long time. Very, very long time. And obviously, some of your clients are quite vulnerable.
Oh, yes. Most of them. Most of them.
So how do you do with the vulnerable then, you know, vulnerability? How do you get them to learn?
Yes, you know, doing this is not just us. We also work hand in hand with the social services as well. So we try to do some referrals. And because of the way I've related so much with most of them, they tend to build that confidence in you. So if anything at all, they you know, try to, you know, tell you. And sometimes our people, let me say our people, when it comes to our people, for instance, and then you start speaking their language as well. They can, oh yes, with them, they catch and that kind of if I approach you, I'll be satisfied, that kind of thing, you know. So when I come in a little bit inquisitive to get to know more and how best we can support you or help you to, maybe if there is a problem, you come out of the problem. And sometimes, not just that, you know, when we do the legal education bits also, people tend to call, and then with these few bits that I do with the council there too, I try to, you know, so, okay, you can go to this place for help, and if anything, you just come and see me, or I'll take you there, or that kind of. So yes, that's how.
So you do those referrals if they need that, obviously, that assistance. Right. Okay. Well, earlier you talked about Ghana. You do some workshops across in Ghana as well?
Yes. I have foundation, Manye Foundation, and it's basically about this adult education. You know, back home, adult education is not really popular.
Yes.
It's just these days a lot of people are trying to bring it up. So I have a few people that I give them maybe a community to just go and then, you know, do some few bits and find out what problems are there when it comes in terms of education, just education, nothing else. So if, for instance, with this new technology coming in, I take my mom as an example. I make sure people like my mom get to use this internet, especially the safety bit of it, because we know because they are vulnerable, these evildoers, to let me put it that way, also taking advantage of them,
all the people,
and scamming them in a way. So we try to educate them. So sometimes we have like a compound house, we just go and then ask for people around that age that today we are here to teach you about something that that you have online, and people are using that to scam you. So we are here to educate you. Just maybe 20-30 minutes, one-to-one, you tell them, you go. So that's basically what we are doing, and it's purely education.
Fabulous. That's really, really good support to the community. Obviously, with the older segment that are struggling or probably are vulnerable, they really need that support. What else? Have you got any podcasts, you know, that you send to them? Is there any virtual learning? Are you pushing them further with more technology? I'm sure it must be stressful at the moment with, you know, trying to get them to, you know, do letters. Have you got any of your clients able to do letters?
Letters, did you say?
Yes. Are they able to do their own thing on Word or?
Oh yeah, you know? Yeah. A lot of them, yes.
Okay,
you
that's interesting.
you take them to a point when you leave them, they are okay.
And what age group is this doing their letters? So don't worry, we'll leave it there. We'll just move on.
So what I wanted to know is, how do you reassure older people about their online their concerns about safety in terms of internet banking, accessing, was it the government website? What do you call it? Using the government's website to maybe, like just to do these kind of things online. How do you reassure them in terms of safety? Because that's one of their main concerns. Exactly. Oh, someone's gonna get, because my mum always feels like someone is gonna tap, I don't know, like
okay, so whenever we are taking them through the online thing, we assure them of getting a unique password, and we tell them also to change time in and time out. So with this, most of I'm using student because they are just, So whenever I get in contact with someone, you are on my list. So let's say for the over 100 people that's maybe gone through me, I still keep in touch with them. So as time goes on, provided they are not dead, sorry, I just, remind them that I think it's time for you to change your password if you are still using the old one.
Right.
We do that to keep, and also whenever they go online for anything, we remind them to log out. They shouldn't leave their site wherever they went with their information on. No, as soon as they finish what they are doing, they should log out. Also, we try to let them keep their software updates. So sometimes keep reminding them, and then you just be there. Somebody will call you. Oh, Manye, I think something popped on my computer or my phone. They say update. What do I do? So if it's something that maybe they couldn't describe it well for me, I'll just give them a time to wait for me, and then I'll schedule the time with them to go over and then have a look. And then if it's to do with an update, I take them through to do that. Also, I explain what is phishing attacks. There are recently the popular one that came, that the government is giving out money for the high cost of living, few bit for electricity and stuff. Everybody, I don't know if you had those WhatsApp, text messages as well.
Yes, you're right.
So things,
a lot of fraudulent ones coming to the phones.
Exactly. Things like that, we keep warning them or advising or suggesting to them that they shouldn't, on it, click on, because they are all scams, and they might fall victim. So yes, and that's a few, and then they keep their information. We try to advise them to keep their information professional. So we guide them how to keep information professional. So when you are giving the information out, there are certain few bits you have to keep. You don't have to share with wherever you are sending your information with. And then I think just also be careful when they are downloading stuff, because some may be either virus or some scammers, and we try to give them that red light alert that there are few bits that are also not safe. So if you are not sure of it, don't go there at all.
Okay.
So what about emails? That's quite interesting to hear. Obviously the older people going through their emails, things that they don't understand. For example, you mentioned a couple of rebates, like obviously the council tax for all these old people. What should I say? All these bills increases, all these discounts that's coming up. So would they read it themselves and then will come to you for interpretation, or would you have access to their emails?
Those who understand, they will go ahead and do whatever. But those who find it a bit difficult to understand what these mails are, they will either inform you that so what we do, I'll just ask you, use your phone to probably, if it's your phone, give me a screenshot, and then I'll see what it is. If it's something beneficial, either I will invite them over or we go over to support them do it. And if it's something that is a bit fishy, then we either tell them to ignore. So that's
so you've taught them the technological way of screenshotting on the phone.
Yes.
That's quite a skill.
Yes.
So anything they do not understand, all they need to do is screenshot it and they'll send it to you.
Then send it to me. So
wow.
it's
So you're doing
one of those first education we give them.
Exactly. Okay. That is quite difficult because it took me a long time to learn how to screenshot.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's very, very interesting to hear. Loads of information and tips there. Gonna go
and about online. What you do.
And yeah, loads of people very intrigued about what you're telling us. As I said, in Tulse Hill, you get a couple of clients. Yes. Got Sari there. Welcome, Sari. Thanks for joining. I've recognized Manye T. She's watched you on GN Radio, BWF Legal Hour.
Okay.
Nathaniel Roach, welcome, coming. Sounds fantastic. Spendy, she might enroll her mum.
She said, can I please enroll my mum? So obviously you get referrals, but if anyone's watching and they would like to refer their parents or speak to you about, the challenges they have with their own, the older people in their lives, how do they do that? How do they contact you?
Oh, it's just Manye's number. If I'm not referring you to the center, obviously, when you just mention my number to them and they call me, I can do the rest. That's it.
Okay. So have you got a website then?
We are the website is the trust, but my Katie has still put it on our website now. We haven't finished yet. So
you're doing your own website for the foundation. Yes. Where people can follow you with your social media. Obviously, you're going to update us. We'll probably get you back on again to tell us, how it's being developed now, how you've doubled up your clients as well. Yes. Obviously, Spendy said, yes, older people search for their friends, old friends online. Yeah, that's the social aspect of this.
We actually do more than that, but because we are just focusing on this area.
Right. Well, you can tell us, what else do they do?
Do we have time?
Yes, we do.
Oh, okay. I thought we finished just in an hour.
No, we've got about another 10-15 minutes. Don't worry, Big Joy is fine.
Oh dear, okay. So yes, it's not just that. When we have another aspect that if you are here, I mean anyone at all, not just being a older person, but anyone where you're struggling with the English aspect, especially if you are new your status, your your immigration status here.
Right, okay.
You are being asked to do the English aspect. Yes, we do that. That's what I do with the Trinity College. So
okay. So you've got a different area where you deal with obviously clients who've got English as an additional language.
Yes.
Oh, that's their main language. So it'd be difficult for them to interpret all these letters and stuff.
Yeah, English is their second language. Yeah.
Second language.
Right. So you deal with these as well. Is this what a second job you do, or is part of the job?
It's a second job. That's the KT's one, the KT Education Consult one.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So then you can appeal for people who are obviously need that support as well.
Yes, we do.
Come and see you. All right. That's good to know.
Also on Zoom. Yes. So those who want to write the B1, B2, and even if you apply maybe from Africa and you need this IELTS as well to be able to get.
I'm sorry. What's B1 and B2?
That's the English levels that we have. So we have 4 skills that you're supposed to have a grade in it. So if, for instance, you are joining your family, like your partner here, you begin with A1. So the British Council would like to know how your proficiency in English, how you can speak, and you can listen and then understand. And then when we go a bit further, like A2 is also listening and speaking, but then the level goes up a bit. And then from A2, we move to B1. B1, mostly we have 4 skills. So reading, writing, and listening and speaking. So we have B1 for those who come in as nurses. And with the IELTS, we have general IELTS and then academic IELTS B1. So you have to, yes. And then from B1 to we have B2. And to so that's the English framework when it comes to languages. So yeah, we support them to get good grades, and yes, it's part of Katie's job as well.
Good. Well, we're going to let you say a final few words. Put out your number out so that obviously we can pin it somewhere on the screen. Somebody can take your number and can contact our lovely Manye T.
Okay.
To hear about all our our mother's needs. It's quite stressful when you've got so many things to do and you've got your mom telling you to do things. So all we need to do is contact Manye T. She'll do everything for you, right? So please tell us if you've got any final things to say. Keep your number out.
The numbers, I don't know if our producer can put it on screen for us.
Yes.
075-966-20154. Let me repeat that. 075-966-20154. Those are public number. Everybody knows it. So yes. And what was the last question you asked?
Anything you want to tell us about, obviously, your services, anything about the elderly that you think is vital that we have to contact you, or we need to support them with the technology that's going on, just let us know.
Okay. So yes, let me start from this side. Elderly, they are really important to us, and you wouldn't like to hear that either your mom or your dad been scammed one way or the other because of doing it online. So if you need support to assure them of using this technology, it's not just phone, it could be TV, computer, basically a whole lot of stuff. Even now, when you are going to register to swim, they will still ask you to do it online. And I know most of this, they love swimming. They just love going there to tap in the water, for them also to feel like, yes, they are still young in the way. Yeah. So yeah, you can direct them to me. I can assure them of the support I can give to them. And if they want to sometimes shop, because I know we have carers, let's say some do have carers though, but they have limitation when it comes to few things when they are working with them. But when it comes to personal development, that is where Manye T comes in for that independent life, far from the carer. So let me just leave it this way, and then I think it's okay.
That's fine. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for coming, I should say. And we appreciate all the information you've been giving out and all the support. Yeah, it's been great. You've learned a lot as well. Do it online. Everything is online.
Do it
online. Jacqui, don't you find it frustrating yourself? That
I
get
really
frustrated. Everything's online.
Yeah.
Even the doctors, I had to re-register the doctors. You have to go online. I was like,
yeah,
for me myself,
around the lockdown last year, or probably 2020, I went to Ghana a number of times. Everything you have to do online. You get confused where you have to do the PCR. You have to do the locator.
That was the challenge.
Was doing my head in. I'm thinking this is too many things for me to remember. Yeah. So honestly, it's a shame. Do it online is here to stay. Yeah. Even when you're purchasing a ticket, you have to do it online. You can't go to an agent. No. Everything is online. So you might as well get used to it. Yeah. So well, at this point, we're just going to show the shorter video because we are going to go soon. And we appreciate people who have tuned in. Thank you so much. Even though we've had
some interactive.
Very interactive. Apologies for obviously our technical difficulties. Rosemary Ruba, I thought she was in Accra. I think Rose will be from Accra. Hi. Miss Sally. Spendy Love. It was good seeing you on Sunday. Spendy and sister. Sorry.
Yeah.
Have you ever down and teach your grandmother how to operate her brand new phone, or computer, or TV, or anything that was made after 1985? If you're young enough to wear distressed jeans and say things like on fleek, then of course you have. This is one of the most common problems we face as the younger generation. All of the generations above us don't know how to use technology for the life of them. Literally, if it wasn't for us, they wouldn't be able to use technology for the rest of their life. But just because you didn't grow up with technology doesn't mean that you should ignore and refuse to learn about it. What if all of us young whippersnappers did that fresh out of high school? All the important things that we were never taught over the 12 years we spent learning all these skills and facts, we just decided to ignore and didn't bother learning them, like how to pay taxes and apply for student loans and building credit, or how to properly manage our money. These are all extremely important things for us to know as we start our lives in the real world that we have to venture out to learn on our own, and you're getting frustrated because you can't find the power button on your $1,200 laptop so you can play solitaire? Now, I get that most of it is an entirely new concept to you, and it's been a while since you've had to learn something new, but you've got to set out in your mind to try to learn it, which some old folks do, and they learn it and catch on in no time. But sometimes it takes them a while to learn because they can't see the tiny little words on the screen, so they put on their reading glasses and pull out their magnifying glass from 1800, and you've got to come over and try to explain to them that if they just pinch the screen with their fingers, they can zoom in and out, making the text as big as they want. Then when they say it's not working, you have to teach them that they have to use their fingertips and can't just poke the screen with their nail for it to work, only for them to forget the next 236 times they go to do it in front of you. Now, my dad's not even that old, but he didn't grow up with technology, so he's not too tech savvy yet, and I kid you not, for his birthday last year, I cut off all the buttons on the TV remote he didn't need to use and painted the important ones white and put some grips on it so he wouldn't drop it as much, then painted outlines for the only two important remotes he needed on the DVD player so he wouldn't lose them and he'd know which ones were important and where they were. This was the only way I could hope to not constantly be the family's IT department 24/7, and it would definitely help if the big TV companies made a senior-friendly TV or even just a senior mode in the settings of all their existing TVs. My poor grandma, I love her to death, but just for her to be able to go from watching TV to playing a DVD, I had to put sticky notes up and down the side of the TV and write out a full page of instructions referring to 3 different remotes she had to use with pop-up menus on the TV that disappear before she can press the next button. Do you know how frustrating that is for an older person? Simply racing to select DVD before the menu disappears after 5 seconds? I can't even imagine. That's like your phone being on 1% with no charger and not having any food in your house, so you try to order Postmates, but before you hit place order, your phone shuts off, leaving you hopeless and hungry. But I think my favorite thing is getting voicemails from my grandma. She'll start off by saying,
"Hi, Michael. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon, and it's, let me check on the calendar. Oh, it's Sunday morning. I hope you're doing well."
Then leaves me a 10-minute voicemail and then stops to say,
"Oh, and by the way, this is grandmother."
which gets me every time. I think it's the funniest and cutest thing. But I'm always curious if she thinks that when I first get this voicemail, I have no idea who it's from, and I'll sit there and listen to this person talking to me about my close family for 10 minutes before I realize that it's my grandma talking. I think it's really funny, but I probably won't ask her. I'll just keep letting her do it. It's kind of cute. And emails is another thing. Setting up an email address for them to talk to Betty Sue about her sick cats is the easy part, but teaching them how to use it is a whole different mountain to climb. And after you show them how to double click on the icon to open Google Chrome, they go, wait, don't go so fast. Do it again so I can watch you and learn how to do it. So you close the window and double click on it again, and they ask, now do I need to press it 2 times real fast or a slow 2 times? Why do they make this so hard? And I kind of feel bad that it's as hard as it is for them to learn how to use technology, so I'm always trying my best to help them learn as best I can, keeping the technical jargon down to a minimal, going at a slow pace, and having them practice doing it on their own before I go. They'll usually get the hang of it after a bit of repetition, but I'll still come over sometimes and see them use the magnifying glass to see the tiny words on their screen, or printing out their emails to read them, but that's fine. Whatever is easiest for them. Just try to be as helpful as you can whenever someone comes to you, and be happy you get to help them rather than being salty you have to stop catching pokebugs on your phone, as the grandparents would say, to help them out for a minute. But hey, thank you guys so much for listening to me kind of spill out some of my recent thoughts that have been bouncing around in my head. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. I've got an amazing video coming out next week with some friends you may recognize that we just recorded the other night, and I'm so excited. I can't wait for you to see it. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it, and
wow, that's a really good one, which it discussed everything. It talked about everything you discussed, to be quite honest.
I just thought it'd be a
emails.
bit humorous, you know, like to
Yeah.
bring a bit to an end, but it's quite
Yeah.
interesting.
It was
And I
got
think,
all the details. And as
yeah,
Nathaniel said online, the internet, or I should say, obviously, surfing the internet could be really complicated for even young people and adults. We all struggle, I must admit, we all struggle surfing the net, especially when, you know, there's so many things, so many clicks that you can't even, you know, get your head round of. So you're doing an amazing job trying to obviously gear all these elderly to you know connect to online sort of in a forceful way, because otherwise they won't get their medication. Otherwise they're not going to get the money that they need. Otherwise they can't do anything, which is, you know, the only way. So it must be stressful, very, very stressful. So we will appreciate it, and obviously we will call you back
thank you so
for you
much.
to come and tell us more about technology or other areas that you're dealing with the, you know, the elderly. It's all about taking care of our well-being. So we would like you to, you know, to come back to talk to us. Thank you so much, Manye T.
And thank you everyone for tuning in. You'll be watching the Wellbeing Show, and it's an interactive show and it's live on Diversity Radio. You can always go back and watch the show on Diversity Radio and also on Bestel Foundation's YouTube page. And don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Yes, like I said, also don't forget to hit that like button on YouTube. We really want to build our YouTube channel. And we do have I think we had a link this week. So I think from next week, we'll start posting the YouTube link for the show in advance so that you guys can watch us there as well.
Yeah,
that would be very helpful.
The Facebook link and the YouTube link, they're all on the website. They're all on the social media pages as well. On obviously Gold Diggers and on Base and all the others, Diversity Radio, it's all on there. So guys, just follow us, share the program. Manye T's got some valuable skills with the elderly. Share it, get the number, and stay in touch. We'll stay in touch. When you come to Tottenham, give me a call. Give me a call. I've got a client for you by next week.
Okay, no problem at all.
I have clients.
You've got clients.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'll definitely be in touch.
At this point, obviously, we've talked about Bestel, obviously the good works they're doing, their values, their missions. Some of them is literally returned back from Accra.
Yes.
Obviously delivering the workshops, continuous creation of the stigma of well-being and changing, obviously, the mental state or mental well-being within the community. So obviously that's their vision. Obviously we've got professionals on there. You've got caterer professionals as well. You've got social media professionals as well.
Yeah.
Here. There's loads of us. If you go to the website, you go to the staff.
See all the team.
You see everybody. We've got our father, Reverend Kofi Annan as well. So many people we've got on there. It's a big staffing. So thank you very much, everybody, with all their contributions. Everybody's valued within that team. As you can see, Stella, Marion, Hilda, Christabel, Miss Nula, Peter, everybody's there. Big Joe. And Henry, Mr. John, everybody is part of the team. So we'll leave you as that. And Miss Nula, if you can finish off for us.
Yeah, so we'll be back in 2 weeks. And I believe we're going to be discussing what happened during Black History Month. We've got a lot to catch up on in terms of that, even though it's going to be November. We'll still bring you back.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Millie on there, but I doubt that she wants to come.
I'm going to force her to come.
I tried to tell her, and she said to me,
She has to come on.
Anything.
She has to.
So I'm going to send her messages straight after that. We're booking her for 2 weeks' time, but it will be a fabulous Black History Month. We'll play her poem, which was fabulous. Yeah. And then we'll get her to talk about it.
A few things, yeah. It would be lovely to have her on, actually.
It would be lovely to have her, really. So even if it's a telephone call, we'll try and get her on.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right then. So we'll be back in 2 weeks, guys. I think we've said it all. And a big thank you to Manye T once again for coming on the show.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you too for having me.
You're
You're
welcome.
very welcome.
And thanks, Big Joe, for recommending you. We had no idea what you had in you.
Thank you, Big Joe, if you are listening.
Yeah, Big Joe is here. Well, we thank you, Big Joe, for a fabulous interactive screen here, putting all of us on screen. This is nice.
Hi, my name is Miss Newlove, and I'm one of the hosts of a brand new show brought to you by Bestel Foundation. The Wellbeing Show is to help reach BAME families, to help with mental health, support, and emotional needs. The Wellbeing Show streams live every Tuesday at 8 to 9 p.m. on Diversity Radio via Facebook, YouTube, and Mixcloud. So tell your family and friends to tune in as we discuss topics that affect our well-being. The Wellbeing Show is proudly sponsored by NHS South London and Maudsley, the National Lottery Community Fund, and partnered with Real Insight, Base, 60 Seconds Creative Studio, and Gold Diggers Talk Show.